Hi Draftaholics, welcome to our guide to standard for Nationals 2018 in this M19 format. I am Richard, am I? And this is Nathan.
Hello.
He is going to tell you about his favourite deck that he's going to see that he thinks he'll see at Nationals.
Absolutely. So we have Bolas and some other cards that go into the Grixis colours.
Oh, so that doesn't really matter.
No, so on screen we have Grixis, what I'd probably call Energy. We have another couple of variations which we'll talk about as well. So specifically with this one, we've got Bolas up here. Pretty much the only really real reason that I come up with to be Grixis colours. If he had a different mana cost, we'd be having a different conversation.
Yeah.
So because we're Grixis, we want to play the Scarab God, right? Easy fit. Card's insane. We have a lot of other cards that fill out the package. We have the removal spells over on your right hand side, Magma Spray, Abrade, Vraska's Contempt, and some Harness Lightnings here, just to make sure that we don't lose the game until we get to cast our bigger, badder creatures. And we have other couple of cards here to help us bridge that early game to that mid game to the late game. Supreme Will, to make sure that we don't lose any particularly good cards and make sure we can counter them, and it also helps us dig for our lands, win cons. Champion of Wits does a very similar job, except it's a creature instead of a spell. And we have some creatures here. Glintsleeve Siphoner again helps us make sure we hit our land drops. It can block, but it really shouldn't.
Yes.
Will of Virtuoso kind of fills out this energy package here, which we get a little splash from Siphoner and Harness Lightning. Another good blocker. Gearhulk can help us flash back our sweet spells. And we have Lily for a little bit of value. Liliana Death Majesty. And Bloodfast again to make sure we keep drawing some cards.
I noticed in this deck that there's a fair few one-offs. You've got this Bloodfast, this Liana, and the Gearhulk.
Mm-hmm.
What's the reasoning? Why does this kind of deck just like to have one-offs?
Yeah, so you don't want to draw... I think you don't want to draw multiple of these effects, but you definitely want to have access to them in the matchups that they're good. Bloodfast, you don't really want to be drawing a lot of cards against mono red, so you don't want to overload on that. Torrential Gearhulk, you really want to make sure you hit your land drops. So having multiples of those could really affect us, especially when we've got the Scarab God and Nicol Bolas to kind of play that similar role as well. So
tell us what Bolas actually does. You talk to him about from the top.
Card's very good. So it's Grixis mana, costs 4 total. Enter the battlefield, makes you discard a card, which can be a little bit of a downside sometimes. Hazaret can attack you a turn earlier potentially.
Yeah.
But it's a 4/4, so it attacks for a lot. It's got the end of the battlefield, the ability, which can really help your second or third Nicol Bolas live.
Right.
And then for, I think it's 6 mana, you can flip it. Or is it 7? Yeah, it's lots.
It's one of those. Yeah, a large amount of mana.
It'll be on the screen. Where all of the abilities on that card are crazy. So if you can flip it and it's not been put in the bin before that,
does it say
really
win the game on it?
Effectively.
A lot of text, it just says win the game.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so that's what the deck does. You can choose a lot of different cards to put in the sideboard.
Absolutely.
This is what has won some leagues, and this is what you've chosen.
Yes.
Why do you choose these cards, and what do you bring them in for?
So we've got these cards over here, these red cards, Changeless Defeat and Abrade. Mono red's pretty tough matchup. They're very fast, so we want to make sure that we can keep pace with them. So we'll take some of our bigger stuff out and put these lower cost in. It's also very good against red-black. The Bloodfast and the Negates, the Glimmer, and the Torrential Gearhulks can come in against control decks or slower decks. Especially Bloodfast helps you make sure that you stay ahead throughout the whole game. Duress is good against the Mirror and some of those other grindy decks that are looking to value you out. And Confiscation Coup can take other Scarab Gods, Godfarer's Gifts, or Hazarets.
Yeah, so you just take their best threat and use it to kill them?
Yes,
that sounds amazing to me. How much do you think this deck will be played at the actual tournament?
I don't know about this 75, but the Nicol Bolas will be a big presence. Everyone's very excited about it. I think the biggest problem will be that the set's been out for a week. So whether people have the card at all is a big question. Do
they have the card? Do they know if it's good enough?
Yes,
all that kind of thing?
Yeah. So
do you think people will be jamming it into all kinds of decks?
I absolutely think that, yes.
All right, excellent. Thanks a lot, Nathan, for taking us through these decks. And if you want to play with Magic's biggest, baddest villain, Mr. Bolas,